What's going on, Hello Gang? It's your favorite caster's favorite caster, Alolan Tails here, and today we are going to be doing the first ever starter deck showdown, where we put two starter decks from Elestrals to the test. Today's episode is going to feature Emperowatt and Scorch from the Frostfall decks. These decks are going to face off in a best of 3 match, just like you would see in any tournament, except there's not going to be any side decks or anything because these are starter decks, and we're going to figure out which of the two is the better starter deck. Watch to find out. Hope to see you on the other side. Game 1, I go ahead and start by rolling a 16. I believe Leo rolls a 6 here. Either way, I decided to go first. I go ahead and lay down 2 face down in my rune row, and we're gonna go ahead and enchant an Elechick, normal cast an Elechick in attack position. We're gonna go ahead and search out for that Keone, probably. Yeah, we go ahead and grab that Keone. We're gonna add that to the hand right now. We don't really need that on the field at the moment, as we don't have any Frost Elestrals or Frost Enchanted Elestrals, so that'll just stay in the hand for now. I know that Leo in his Scorch starter deck does not have anything to rip anything from my hand, so it's safe there. It's gonna go to Leo's turn. He's gonna place 1 back row, and he's going to normal cast a Fire Elestral. Is it going to be a Necrof? No, it's going to be a Comagma. Comagma is a 4 attacker in attack position. It has the effect where when it's normal cast, you can draw a card and then discard a card from your hand. Looks like Leo discards a Chillalotl. He goes ahead and places 2 back row and decides to crash my Elechick. I'm going to go ahead and enchant a Mountains of Boreas Stadium Room. Gives 1 attack and defense for each Frost Spirit, enchanting an Elestral. Then I go ahead and play a Snowwaddle into defense position. I'm going to go ahead and search out Emperowatt with this effect. Leo does not have a response to that, so the Emperowatt, a Lightning, and a Frost attacker will go into my hand, and that will be a pass from me. He was going to go ahead and start by playing down a Frost Spirit and play a Chillalotl. That's going to target my 2 runes in my rune row. It just means as long as that Chillalotl is enchanted, I cannot play any of those 2 spirits. I go ahead and it passes back to me. I'm going to go ahead and play down a Keone. I pronounced it wrong earlier. It is not Keone, it's Keone. I'm going to enchant 3 to it. I'm going to ascend into my Emperowatt. My Emperowatt is now at 8 defense because of the Mountains of Boreas that is enchanted on the field. I have 1 Frost Spirit on my Emperowatt, so that gives my Emperowatt 1 extra defense. It's going to pass to... It's going to pass to Leo's turn. He's going to play ascend rather to a Cryovern from the Chillalotl. That means that my runes are no longer locked. That Cryovern is now at 9 attack with the Mountains of Boreas. I'm going to go ahead and pop a Shield of Achilles to prevent that attack and throw the Cryovern back into the opponent's hand. So unfortunately, Leo is not going to get that Cryovern attack off on me. And it's going to go ahead and pass to my turn. I will draw. I'm going to disenchant 1 from Keone in order to... Actually, I used the disenchant for Emperowatt's effect. During the draw phase, I can disenchant a Frost from my field in order to ascend my Emperowatt into Emperowatt. So I go ahead and do so. I attach the Frost Spirit to it. I seem to have forgotten that I need to take the Emperowatt and Snowwaddle off the field. Not fixing that yet. Oh, I go ahead and fix that now. So I flip the Emperowatt back into attack position. I go ahead and attack directly into the Spirit deck for 3. Oh wait, no. My bad. We're going for the P-Gust. P-Gust play, pop the back row. It is a Tsunami. That flips my P-Gust and Emperowatt into defense position. Unfortunately, I realize here that I could have done a better play. I had a Tornado in my hand that I should have played instead of the P-Gust. That just would have made it so that I still could have attacked on my turn. It's now Leo's turn. He's going to play down a Fire Spirit, and that's going to be another Comagma. He's It's going to draw one off of Kumagma, discards what looks to be a Necruff, and I believe, yep, he's going to destroy the P-Gust with Kumagma. He doesn't have much heat on his field at the moment, even though the Kumagma is there. I go ahead and draw. I flip my Emperowatt back into attack position. I'm going to enchant one Frost from my Spirit deck onto the Emperowatt, and then I'm going to destroy the Kumagma. 4 spirits to 1. That's going to do 3 spirits of damage to Leo's Spirit deck. Leo is not sitting too great right now. He's going to enchant a Cryoling. This is pretty big for him. He enchants that Cryoling. He is forced to ascend it into a Cryovern because he does have 6 Frost in his Underworld. What he should have done here was play that into defense position. It's going to be a pass from Leo. It looks like I'd throw another Frost onto my Emperowatt, and I destroy that Cryovern. I believe that does 3 directly to the Spirit deck. It looks like he grabs a couple fires for that. Leo draws. He's going to set 1 back row, and then he's going to do a Spirit deck. He's grabbing 1 Frost. He's going to destroy my Mountains of Boreas to enchant his own, because why not at this point? He's going to cast a Frigicub, and he's actually going to use the Nexus effect and Nexus from Boreas onto the Frigicub. And that allows Leo to grab another Frost from the Underworld to add to the Frigicub. So the Frigicub has 3 here. And yeah, he lays that in defense and passes. I go ahead and draw. I'm going to set a back row. I am going to play a Tornado to pop that back row, just so he doesn't Gorgon's Gaze me or anything if I try to attack that Frigicub. Unfortunately, I will not be able to deal any spirits of damage to Leo's back row because that Frigicub, or Leo's Spirit deck, because that Frigicub is in defense position. So I just go ahead and destroy that. It is now back to Leo's turn. He's going to misenchant a Frigicub with a Water Spirit into defense position. Normally you would misenchant a Water for a Tsunami, but it looks like he's just really, really low on Spirit. It's not looking too good for him. He's going to pass. So I'm going to play an Ambrosia. I'm going to grab a Thunder from my Emperowatt, siphon that on there. I don't need the Thunder Spirit anyway because the ability is useless at this point on Emperowatt. And I'm going to grab what looks to be 3 Frost Spirits from my Underworld, add that back to my Spirit deck. And then at this point, I believe I go and destroy the Frigicub, yep. And then Leo draws 1. He's going to have to expend to draw here, which is really unfortunate for him. He plays down 2 Fire Spirits. Is that going to be an Eruption? No, it's going to be a Drops of Leaf. He can shuffle as many cards in his hand into his deck and then draw that many +1. He really needs something here to get rid of this Emperowatt, or it's going to be game. And yeah, that's going to be game 1. Emperowatt takes the first game of the bracket. Game 2, I start by placing 1 on my back row, and I go ahead and enchant a Snowaddle into defense position. And then I search out the Pinguatt with Snowaddle's effect. I'm going to go ahead and enchant a Scepter of Kione to that Snowaddle, giving it that extra attack and defense. It's going to pass to Leo. He's doing a big play here, playing 5 spirits down. He is actually going to cast his own Cryoling, and then he's going to enchant 2 Scepters of Kione to it. That's a very big investment, but he does that to get the, I think it's like 7 or 8 attack onto the Cryoling right off the bat. He ends up passing, or he ends up destroying my Snowaddle, my bad. And then I go ahead and draw for turn. I play Let Resting on my Laurels. That just goes ahead and just destroys his entire backfield, so probably not the greatest move for Leo to do there. I'm going to go ahead and cast a Frigicub into attack position. And anything else that I do this turn? I don't believe so. I go ahead and Leo takes 1 Spirit of damage, and then Leo's going to place 1 back row and cast a Warmite into attack position. That drops my attack by 4, leaving me at 0 attack, I believe. So he goes ahead and destroys my Frigicub with the Warmite, and it goes back to me. I'm going to go ahead and cast another snow model into defense position. Since I'm in defense position, that War Knight will not be able to lower my attack and destroy me. Leo goes ahead and sits another back row, and he's going to ascend into a Misenchanted Polarachne, a 2 attack 5 defense Elestral. So that Polarachne can't do much right now. He's going to leave that in defense position. So I'm going to ascend my own Penguwatt, or my Snow Waddle, into a Penguwatt, enchanting a Thunder Spirit to it. And then Leo is going to cast a Comagma into attack position. I believe I don't know if he discards anything for that. No, I'm going to cast my own Sorlet, and then I'm going to expend a Wind Spirit in order to change the position of the Polarachne into attack position so that I can destroy it with my Sorlet. So I go ahead and destroy the Polarachne with my Sorlet. And then it's going to pass back to Leo's turn. He's going to cast a Cryoling into attack position. Now he has plenty of Frost Spirits in his Underworld that he can immediately ascend into a Cryovern from his hand. That Cryovern now has 7 attack, which can attack over my Sorlet. And he's actually not going to attack my Sorlet. He's going to play I'm going to play a Nectar of the Gods, draw 2 cards. And anything else here from me? Yeah, I go ahead and destroy the Comagma with my Sorlet. And that is going to be Leo's turn once more. Going to play down what looks to be a Drops of Leaf. Shuffling, I believe, 1 in to draw 2. He goes ahead and plays down another Fire Spirit and casts another Comagma in attack position. Is he going to use the effect? Yes, I believe so. Discarding what looks to be a Frigicob, maybe. And he goes ahead and destroys my Sorlet with the Cryovern. And that does do 1 spirit of damage to my spirit deck. I'm at 8 spirits now, while Leo is still at 6. I believe now I am going to ascend. Yep, I'm going to ascend into my Emperowatt, in which I top decked. And I go ahead and play a Mountains of Boreas down. I probably could have done without that just to conserve my own spirits, which you'll see goes to bite me in the butt a little later. And I go ahead and destroy that Comagma with the Emperowatt. And then he plays the Gorgon's Gaze. Okay, so he doesn't... I don't destroy the Comagma. He uses a Fire Spirit from the Comagma to enchant his Gorgon's Gaze, which shuts off my Emperowatt's attack. And now it's back to Leo. He's going to play that Cryo Scorch, discard the rest of his spirit deck in order to discard 5 spirits from my spirit deck. That's going to leave me at 1 spirit left. Yeah, he's discarding his spirit deck now. I'm discarding 5 spirits, and he is going to be able to destroy my Emperowatt. And there is not much else I can do here at this point. I believe after this, I go ahead and play I believe it's a Resting on Your Laurels. We'll see. Yeah, it's a Resting on Your Laurels. I go ahead and play that to destroy the Cryo Scorch. Now, neither of us have any spirits in our spirit deck, so that's going to result in a tie. But we don't want that. We want to... whoever has more cards in their deck wins the match, and it turns out to be Leo. We are now in the final match of the best of 3. Both of us decide to mulligan once, bringing us both down to 18 spirits. I go ahead and enchant a Pegas into defense position, which isn't that great because there is no back row for me to pop. I just really didn't want to have to mulligan twice, so I'm going to pass that to Leo, and he's going to play down a face down rune on his back row, and he plays down 2 Fire Spirits and plays an Eruption on turn 1, making me have to get rid of 3 of my own spirits, putting me down to 14 already. Looks like he plays on another back row. Nope, he's going to cast a Smoltuga into defense position. Let's see what he does next. He's going to search out a Warmite with Smoltuga's effect, and he's he's going to play another eruption. 2 eruptions in 1 turn, forcing me to burn 6 spirits. That is really not good for me at this point. That's going to bring me down to 11 spirits with only 1 on the field. Goes back to my turn. I'm going to ascend into a Emperowatt. I'm going to misenchant, so I'm a double frost right now. I do the double frost so that I can get the extra defense buff from Mountains of Boreas. I believe that puts me at 9 defense, and then I'm going to pass for turn. It looks like Leo is going to re-enchant his Smoltuga with a Fire Spirit. I believe so. And then what does he do next here? Oh, he's going to pass, and I'm going to play a Tornado to get rid of that back row, put it back in his hand, so that way he can't play a Gorgons or a Shield when I try to attack with my Emperowatt. And then I'm going to cast a Rhyceros in defense position. Basically, it says if you're not Thunder Enchanted, you have to wait a turn before you can attack an Elestral that you just cast on the turn. So that Rhyceros stays in defense position because I cannot attack with it, and I'm going to destroy the Smoltuga on Leo's side of the field. It's going to pass back to him, and he's going to play down a back row and play a Warmite that's going to be able to lower my attack by 4, and I think he's just going to pass, leaving it in defense position. I'm going to be able to finally ascend into Emperowatt here once again for the 3rd time. I'm going to actually put that in defense position because I cannot attack with it this turn. Then Leo is going to ascend into Cryovern. So next turn he's going to be able to get that Cryo Scorch out. I go ahead and switch to attack position. And I'm going to go ahead and attempt to hit into that Cryovern. Leo's thinking here, is he going to flip that back row? No, he's just going to let the Cryovern get destroyed. And that's going to do 1 spirit of damage to his spirit deck. He's going to play another Cryoling, and that's going to immediately ascend into Cryovern, I believe. Yeah. I believe he has one in his hand. Yep, he goes ahead and plays the Cryovern from his hand. And that Cryovern has 9 attack at the moment because of Mountains of Boreas. So he's going to be able to attack over my Rhyceros, but not quite the Emperowatt yet. He needs that Cryo Scorch, which he can get his next turn. It looks like he actually passes. I get a little greedy here and play an Ash Rabbit into defense position. Grab a card from that, and I'm going to attempt to swing into Cryovern, and he's going to play a Tsunami, putting my Emperowatt in defense position. That's really, really bad for me. It's going to go back to Leo's turn, and he's going to special ascend into that Cryo Scorch, forcing him to once again discard his entire spirit deck, forcing me to expend 5 spirits from my spirit deck. Now I only have 4, so that is actually going to, unfortunately, lose me the game. And Cryo Scorch takes the first best of 3. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what 2 starter decks you want to see clash next time. I'll see you all next time.